All right. Hello. Welcome back to a new first episode of On the Block. I am your host, Nini81, with the co-host KM1997. We
Uh,
are we will be talking about the last 2 days of ZBB12 that started off 2 days ago. If you haven't catched our pre-season cast assessment, you can watch that now or after this. But we are going to try and keep this very simple and on schedule. So let's go straight into it. Just immediately on just a season analysis, how are you liking the season so far, Kenny?
I thought the first few days were pretty boring with the big voting group so early on in the game. And then I thought today was the first interesting day with the move pulled on Mark and Puffs. I thought that was pretty interesting. So I think it's going to get better throughout.
The big castle, as obviously people will be sheeping, as Alvaro put it. But let's get towards that. We on day one of ZBB 12, usually talking and strategy for nonsense would start, but for some reason something happened in which Karma and Bailey had to pull from the game. How was that when you found out that news, Kenny?
I was a bit shocked. It sucked to see them go. That was a group I was rooting for. But, personal lives come first.
And I've yet to know. I didn't really try and push myself further to ask what was the issue, but I actually wanted to see them do well. I thought they would. I thought they were one of the stronger duos, and we both said it that they were like real friends, and so I think they were actually one of the stronger duos out of the 16. So it was sad to see that they had to leave before starting the game. But if I did read right, they were a nom set. They were going up, right?
Yeah, that's what people are saying that they were potentially going up. Like that was a popular nom set going around.
For the first day, it was going to be Karma Bear and Bailey and Alvaro and Natty.
Yeah.
And after the departure of Karma and Bailey is where everyone had to find a new nom set to put beside Alvaro and Natty, in which Rob Goddess and Riot became that nom set. And that is where Alvaro and Natty was nominated with 13 votes, and Rob Goddess and Riot was nominated with 11. What? And you already said that you didn't like that people were sheeping just behind other people.
Yeah, like that's like 13 people voted for the 13 out of 14 people voted for one duo. That's pretty ridiculous.
But what was the reason for voting Alvaro and Natty in the first place? What happened?
They said Alvaro was throwing a bunch of people under the bus. Apparently, I don't know if that's true or not. That's what he denied it, but that's what Riot and Rob Goddess was saying that he was doing.
And it kind of sucks for Natty because it seems that they were nominated because of Alvaro, not Natty.
Yeah, he has a reputation, pretty much. Yeah.
That's going to be a lot about this season is that a majority of duos will be nominated because of their partner and not themselves.
Well, that's part of the game, and that's what you sign up for.
But it seems Rob Goddess and Riot, they caused their demise together.
Yeah.
Sean and Justin.
Yeah.
Out of the two, though.
You can go.
Yeah?
You can go.
Out of the two, though, who are you supporting out of the two duos?
The two that went up for 15th.
or first, well, 15th, yes.
Oh, I was supporting Alvaro and Nady because I knew the house. It seemed like the house wanted Alvaro out because of his reputation, pretty much. So that's why I wanted to go back in. And Sean and Riot were at the game, and they failed again, pretty much. So I wasn't expecting much from them anyway.
I found it very funny. I felt like you're playing too hard too early, and they claimed that they were playing a very good game until 1 hour before day change, and that's where everyone else flipped on them. And I personally, that's not playing a good game. If you were playing a good game on day one, then no matter if anyone left the game or not, you wouldn't have became an onset.
You can't say you were playing a good game on day one anyway if you're not even out of the first round yet. So
Exactly. I mean, there was only 5 duos that were put down for nomination. So the other 11 can say they played a good game. But the you can't say you played a good game if you got 11 votes to be nominated by. How did you though feel about the first nominations? Because these are two strong teams. Hello?
okay.
Kenny? You here?
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, I said, what did you say?
How did you feel in whole about the first nominations? Because these were two teams, two strong teams.
I don't know how strong of a team Rob Goddess and Riot were, but I was okay with the nom set. Like it
I
wasn't.
feel like they
They don't
were
need to do anything. I don't think anything too big needs to happen on day one, so I was okay with it.
all right. So that did lead to day one's eviction, in which let me find it.
Rob Goddess and Riot were evicted with
Rob
58%
got
of the vote.
how many votes were they evicted by?
58%.
58%. The first eviction is 58% with Rob Goddess and Riot, but the House majoritarily voted out Alvaro and Natty. So
As expected.
Alvaro is a target of this game. People are targeting Alvaro for some reason.
I think it's his reputation on Zwooper. Not a lot of people like the way he plays.
But this house vote, it does show that people aren't really sheeping, seeing that if it was 8-7, that was very close. So people voted how they wanted to.
Yeah,
And I'll admit it, I voted out Rob Goddess and Riot, so I wasn't surprised that they went home first or
yeah, I did
second.
as well. I voted them out as well.
I would have wanted them to stay longer because they did seem like they were gonna bring drama to the season. But in whole, I think Alvaro he's a strategist, and I support strategical players. And if you're already going to be targeted this early on, you have my support if you can pull through, right?
Yeah,
But after day one, you said it was boring, right? It was just like, hey, this is the first day of season 12. Nothing big happened.
yeah.
Well, leading on to day two. Or did anything happen in between day one that we didn't the reason behind Nomset?
Behind the Riot and Alvaro nom set.
Yes.
Not that I know of. It was just Riot said Alvaro was throwing everyone under the bus and all that stuff.
How did even Rob Goddess from Riot become nominee if they were playing such a good game?
I could not answer that question.
I would try to answer that, but no one puts hashtag ZBB12 under their blog, so I can't even say. Um, day two, right? Moving onwards to day
Yeah.
two. Only two duos were nominated again. Thankfully, Alvaro and Natty did not get votes, but this time only 4 duos did. Big Bro, Rochelle, and Cray Cray received 4 nomination votes. Vin and Amy received 5, while Hobo and Ultimate received 12, and Cupcake and Sir Dragon received 9, making Ultimate and Hobo and Cupcake and Sir Dragon the 2 nominees. First impressions of that was boring. My first impression was like, that was like a boring nom set.
I actually didn't even expect Hobo Tree and Ultimate to go up
I
that
did.
early
I
anyway.
did. I didn't see. I seen. Just look at this cast. I don't think they would have. They are bonded to one another. Like Aiden is possibly aligned with Puffs and Bai and Johnny and Noah and Peter and Piru. Though, like if you just and like look at those names, those people are aligned or they have at least a relationship. And then you look at Ultimate and Hobo. I didn't see them integrating into a relationship like that. They have to form it while in this game and not have it pre-game. So I've seen them obviously be nominated. While Cupcake and Sir Dragon, I have not even seen a post really from them. They posted something though, haven't they?
I think they posted twice.
But it was. I felt this was a boring nom set, and I was obviously going to stand behind Hobo and Ultimate because I am interested in seeing their game. While Cupcake and Sir Dragon weren't doing anything for me. Was there a reason behind this nom set? I remember seeing a blog that said the reason I voted why the way I did.
Um, what I heard was Cupcake and Sir Dragon had nominated the people that were in charge the round before Puffs and Bai. And so I guess that was like their revenge or whatever. I don't know what
Ultimate
really
Hobo.
happened with the whole.
Have you've read Ultimate's eviction nomination? Please, have you?
I
It's
read the one from yesterday.
Yeah, that's what the one I was looking at. She has okay, please. If it feels like though they're and then today Hobo posted that apparently her and Ultimate are underdogs. Would you agree? I agree to that. Do you agree to that?
I do
Underdogs
think
on
that they're
day two.
underdogs, yeah.
Hello?
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard a little bit.
And they were underdogs. Yes, I believe that.
All right, reading from Lucas Rose's blog, apparently Hobo Treat and Ultimate and Cupcake and Sir Dragon was the very first nom set of day two. And that kept around in the loop, apparently. Apparently, Sir Dragon tried to make a move, and it failed.
Yeah, they had nominated Puffs and Bob the round before, and that ultimately ended up in them
So
getting
they weren't
nominated
floating. They
today.
weren't just playing a horrible game. Dragon
I
and
guess you can
Cupcake.
look at it that way. I guess you can look at it that way. Yeah.
Adding on to day two, at the end was something that me and you experienced on our season was the save, in which instead of nominating two people for nomination, you are nominating two people to save.
Yes.
How did you feel about that when you seen that they were going to do that?
I actually liked it because we kind of expected it to be face to face. So it was going to expose some people.
True, but they didn't
And
say it was face to face.
you kind of expect it to be face to face, though. Like a lot of people expected it would be.
It is interesting though with duos though, because does the duos imply to it you have to like both member of the duo if you want to save them?
Yes, you have to agree to it.
Well, ending off day two was the eviction of day two, which I don't think was a surprise, but it was a close vote. With 54% of the vote, Cupcake and Sir Dragon were evicted. But once again, the House wanted otherwise. The House voted to evict Hobo and Ultimate by 8-6. So does that is and it keeps being 8. So does that there's an 8-person alliance going on?
Uh, there was supposedly a friend group
A
that's
friend
all
group.
aligned
See,
to.
and then I say it that people who know each other from outside are possibly this friend group. And I knew that was going to
Yeah,
be
and
an issue. When I seen this cast, I'm like, a majority of these people know each
yeah,
other already. They worked together before. They've played in games before. They already established a pre-game relationship. And that's a threat, right? If you have a pre-game relationship,
it depends because if there's like five or six people that are friends pregame, then yeah, that's a bit too much, and yeah, that's a problem. But if it's just two people, maybe even three people, no, I don't think it's that big of a deal at first.
I think that's in an individual season. A pre-game relationship in the individual season wouldn't be a big deal, but the fact that it's duos and one duo is has a pre-game relationship with 5 other duos, that's 12 people.
But it still only counts as six contestants, so it doesn't really make a difference.
That is true. Do you want to go through each reverse nomination
Uh,
or
yeah,
just?
we can. We can,
Or
yeah.
I can't. It's so small, so have to. The first reverse nomination. I'm not gonna read almost all of them. I'm just gonna say it. Um Alvaro decided to save Johnny Scott and Noah and Kezzy and Charlie. Aiden decided to save Johnny Scott and Noah, Niklaus and Brian. Hobo and Ultimate saved Johnny Scott and Noah and Mark and Puffs. Niklaus and Brian saved Big Brofo Show and Cray Cray and Johnny Scott and Noah. And that's just the first 4. You hear
Yeah,
a repetitive
pretty,
string going on, right?
it's pretty funny.
When I seen this, I'm like, Johnny and Noah, how many save for save deals did you make with people? And is this peeking into the inside of the friend alliance? Or this is just Noah and Johnny lying to people to get them to save them?
I think it's just Johnny and Noah aligned to a lot of people because I didn't really think Holly X and Vixen was really in that little friend group, but they saved Johnny Scott and Noah too. So did Cupcake and Sir Dragon.
Yeah. Continuing on, Ben and Amy Noah just sent me, and I didn't watch your vlog, Noah. That was Kenny's job, or not really. It's just was busy, but Ben and Amy saved Niklaus and Brian, Peter and Pidu. Puffs and Bai saved BB Swag and Aiden, Electra and Magic. Nikki and Lucas saved Johnny and Noah, and Electra and Magic. And that's just the first.
I'll do the second part.
Yeah, you get the second part.
Kezzy and Charlie saved X Holly X and Vixen 1985, and Alvaro Vidal Puga in 80. Holly X and Vixen saved Johnny Scott and Noah, and Kezzy and Charlie. Cupcake and Sir Dragon saved Johnny Scott and Noah, and Alvaro in 80. Peter and PD saved Kezzy and Charlie and Electra and Magic. Big Bro Faux Show and Cray 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 saved Ben and Miami Sunshine and Electra and Magic. Electra and Magic saved Nikki, Bella, and Lucas Ruse. PD. And Johnny Scott and Noah saved Nicholas and Brian and Big Bro for Show and Cray Cray A.
And just to clarify, Niklaus and Brian saved Johnny and Noah, Big Bro for Show, and Cray Cray, and Big Bro for Show saved Vin and Amy and Electra and Magic. So I only see one. I see it looks like Big Bro for Show and Cray Cray lied about who they were going to save. And it seems Johnny Scott and Noah and Niklaus and Brian, they worked together on that save. Or I'm not even reading why they saved them. It says something there though.
I think
But
getting so many saves is kind of a bad look. Getting 7. I only got 4. I mean, he got half the cast. They got half the cast to save them.
The first save.
I got 4.
Oh, I got
4.
You got 4, and everyone else had, I think, only 2 or 3. And because you got 4, the next round you got 1.
I got 4 out of 16. They got 7 out of 15 people saved them, so that's a lot better.
Wait, Sir Dragon and Cupcake, they saved people too?
Yeah, they saved Johnny Scott, and I don't know who the other duo was, but yeah.
But that's I asked Noah to tell me how he got the 7 votes, but he's not telling me. But that's just very good gameplay on right off the start with them, right?
Yeah, you can look at it that way. Yeah, it is. It's pretty impressive.
But is it going to be a repeat like you, in which you worked hard to get a majority of votes to save, and then the next round you were the one nominated?
Well, if you remember, I expected
I know you expected me to, and I didn't.
A certain person who I trusted to save me, and they didn't really do that. And so
I had other stuff going on.
So they just have to trust the right people, and I think they can survive the block tomorrow.
They do seem like they would be in the friend group, and I know you're watching, so can you at least tell me who's in the fan group? Or Vin, you can tell me who's in the friend group, but if the friend group is a thing.
Magic posted it. Magic posted who's in it.
Did he put hashtag ZBB12?
It was I'll read it off because it's on the top post. Johnny and Noah, Big Bro for Showing, Cray Cray A, Bai and Puffs, Aiden and BB Swag, Magic and Electra, and Nicholas and Brian H.
And who posted this?
Magic.
Magic himself?
Yeah.
And which blog is this? I'm trying to find it.
Why Bailey and I made the first big move of ZBB12.
Oh.
It's on top post.
I see it now. And that's the friend group. So
That's what Magic
then
says. Yes.
Johnny and Noah should be set if for day 3.
Well, Magic flipped on their whole plan that they had. Like a few of them flipped. So I think that's why I think this is the first interesting day because I think things are actually going to change.
Yeah, people are now playing for themselves probably. And it's good now. It's the game's rolling. But I didn't even say who was nominated. Hold on. But now after the saves all happened, how many people got nominated? 8 or 9?
Nine got
9.
nominated.
Like last season.
Alvaro and 80, Peter and Pidu, Big Bro and Cray Cray, Aiden and BB Swag, Vin and IME Sunshine, Puffs and By, Nikki Bella and Lucas Ruse, Holly X and Vixen, and Hobo and Ultimate Despair, who got 0. So I think that's a pretty bad look for them to come out with 0.
I don't. And I'll explain why. But
they kind of got. I mean, they got stooped by 2 people. So like, it's not a good look for them to come away with 0.
I didn't send my voting yet for this eviction, so I'm still open here. I have to read all 9 blogs, but I was gonna talk. Avro and 80, Hobo and Ultimate, they were nominated before. Does that make them one of the 2 to go?
From what I've seen people post, I think Hobo and Ultimate are in trouble.
I personally wouldn't, in the sense that I don't think it's.
And surprisingly, surprisingly, it seems Puffs and Bai are in trouble too. Some people say they're evicting them. I don't know why, but that's just what I've read.
I'm just gonna make a disclaimer. I was on a plane all day when day 3 nominations came out, so no, I did not read any blogs yet or watch any blogs or vlogs. So just to clarify for all you all's getting mad at what I'm saying or confusion, but in my experience with the save thing, I don't think Hobo and Ultimate. The only person who got 0 last time the save thing happened was Lucas, right? From last season.
And Lucas was playing a pretty bad game.
He had horrible social game. And he wasn't even really trying. I feel Hobo and Ultimate, they are trying, and the fact that they got nominated with the most votes last round and then the most votes to evict also last round, I don't think anyone was going to try and save them over other people. I don't feel bad that I feel like you shouldn't really just say, oh, because you got 0 votes, you should be the one to go.
But I think it's because one of them posted. I mean, Puffs posted that they got Hobo and Ultimate up, and Hobo and Ultimate ended up saving them. So I think that's kind of a bad look on their part to save the people that you nominated the day before. And they
Puffs
didn't.
and Bai, they've been pretty vocal on the talks page. I did see that, but they only got 1 save. Did they speak about why that happened? Did they not try to get saved, or people lied to them?
There was a plan with that friend group
to get nominated
to save themselves. They were all supposed to save themselves,
but that failed.
Yeah, because people flipped, like I said, and that's what they were posting about. It was Magic and Bailey flipped on them and whatnot. Like that's how they got nominated. They were supposed to have 3, 1 from Ultimate and 1 from Magic and 1 from Ash and Kevin, 1 from Big Bro for Show and Cray Cray Cray, and 1 from Magic and Bailey.
But they
got the 1 from. Yeah, they didn't stick to the plan.
And that's good on Electro and Magic's part, right? They're playing their own game.
Yeah. I thought it was a good move. Yeah.
And that's good public support, just showing that you're not playing for the friend group or whatever, but you're playing for your duo. And I like that. Um,
Yeah. After today, I think Johnny and Noah got my support with the 7 saves. I think that's pretty impressive, and so did Magic and Electra.
Kezi and Charlie, I haven't seen much blogs from them. What is their gameplay about?
I don't even know. Are they nominated?
No, they got three
They got
saves.
so they're doing something right, but I don't know what I don't know what they're doing. I don't know much about their game.
Alvaro and Natty saved them for the reason that they've said that these are people who are thinking with their heads and they are smart people and they want to work with smart people. So that's like they're keeping their head low or something, but they're
Might be,
good social
might
game.
be playing in the background, which is always a good way to play.
I'm sorry, these house guests in ZBB right now is just cracking me up.
Are they messaging you?
They're texting, they're skyping me. Noah mostly, but
I put on the do not disturb so you wouldn't hear the sound.
I did see a comment for you where you said, why did the people with two saves not, why did the people with two saves got nominated? In the sense that you would have been fine if only
Because five people got less than two, so I thought it was kind of pointless to put 8 or 9 people up on the block when you already had enough to where the votes would be spread out wide enough anyway.
And that is true because wasn't last season the top four were saved?
The second day we did it, 9 of us went up. It was like the people who had 2, and then and the people who had 1, and someone had 0. I think.
I don't think anyone got 0 on day 2 for us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think anyone did.
So you think Hobo and Ultimate is the best chance of going home?
I think so. Yeah, them or I don't think Buy and Puffs will be getting evicted, but someone posted a blog that got a little bit of attention. They got some remix saying that he or she was evicting them.
I think
for whatever reason.
Isn't it good to go out with 9 people though? Because I don't think anyone is going to vote out Holly or Vixen, Nikki or Lucas, or Aiden or.
But you never know though, because there's a lot of silent voters.
That is true, but right is all like Hobo and Ultimate, Alvaro and Natty. They have already been nominated. Puffs and By, they've been very vocal about their gameplay from the start. I'm not really sure about everyone else, and that's my bad. I will educate myself very soon to catch up, but I feel the people who are kind of in the shadows, they're still posting blogs, but they're in the shadows. This is a perfect time for them to be nominated. Like last season, P Joy, he went up with 9 people. And didn't he receive like the least amount of votes? And then he haven't been nominated ever since until final.
I think I got at least that got 7%. The day 2, I got 7% of the vote.
Both got least amount of votes, and then I think you both never went up. You both didn't went back up until I got you up on.
No, I went up for 11th.
For 11th?
Back up for I went up.
Peach, good Peach. He said he got the 3rd most votes. Oh, then never mind. You can be liked by the public by the end of the game, but you can still be evicted anytime soon before that. My prediction though is that I'm sorry, Finn said that he's going after Noah because he has his baby or something. Um, my prediction is that either Alvaro or Natty, Hobo or Ultimate, Puffs and Bai, and I don't know why, but I just feel like Peter and Kudu, one of those four, might be the ones to go.
You think Peter and Peter would go?
I don't know why. It's just I feel like, and I did see someone say around that you guys are rivals or something. So I've seen a blog where someone said you both are rivals. And in Trinity, I'm looking at right now. Trinity said that she's seriously thinking of evicting Peter and Peru. So I just feel I don't know. I just got a feeling that people will want to vote to evict them. If I was in the game with them, I would evict Peter and Purdue for the fact Purdue did win, and Peter came second, and apparently they both had a good game, and that just speaks strategically. And I remember that we did say just because you won doesn't mean anything, but it still does show that you are a good strategical player, does it not?
Or you can just be liked by the public. Yeah, it is a public game, and the public decides the winner.
Oh,
Like 3 house votes.
maybe I was about to say they do.
Huh?
I was about to say they do. I
Do
forgot.
what?
No, because I forgot that the public decides who wins, even though
And
I
the
was
public doesn't.
in the final two.
The public rarely knows what goes on in the game.
But right now, who did you say was your winner prediction?
I think I said Averill and 80. I think that's what I said.
As of now,
What did
the
you
game
say?
has started now. Do you believe that still?
I think it's going to be tough, but I'm not going to back off of it.
I forgot who I said. I change every moment, so I'm just gonna say right now, Johnny and Noah, they prove that they are in it to win it, and I think I said that from the start that they are in it to win it, and I see Vin and Amy. I'm still supporting them, and Puffs and Bai are winning me over. I'm really enjoying I watch their blogs and vlogs. They're winning me over. So those three are my winner picks as of now. While everyone else, I feel everyone actually is playing the game, no matter if it's shaping or not. Everyone is making blogs and everyone's keeping the public updated, right?
Yeah, it seems that way.
And that's good because, I mean, last season, so many people didn't keep the public updated until they were nominated. And that was just bad social game and public game.
What did you say?
No, last season, no one kept the public updated. And that was bad public game on their part.
I thought the Avalon and Croatia stuff was kind of annoying to the public. And then after Avalon was evicted, like no one really posted for a few days, which I thought was a bit weird.
I think I did.
A lot of people didn't. Like a lot of people stopped posting for a few days.
Well, yeah, because I think they were tired of our petty drama and they want real drama or something.
And that's all it was, and it was annoying.
But what is, you said you read some of the blogs. What is the drama going on as of now? You said people are flipping on the friend group and people are trying to make moves and they failed and they got nominated because of it. And like, what's all going on right now in the game?
Based off the blogs?
Yeah.
It's like Electra and Magic versus Bai and Puffs, and I don't really know where everyone else stands, but that's what it seems like. And Aiden was up.
Continue.
What did you say? I said Aiden was he was upset with Big Bro Fosho and Cray Cray because that was part of the old plan thing that they had going on.
So today was the breakthrough for Electra and Magic,
Yeah, it seems that way.
where I mean, you would think that today was Johnny and Noah's day, but today is more so their day. They made the move.
I think it's both, but I think they both did extremely well with the whole safer safe thing. But with what they were able to do, like they took two different approaches. One duo decided to flip the game, the other decided to maybe hurt their game going forward because that's
And I do hope that I hope that doesn't hurt them because of what they did. And I sure it's not. It sure won't. It won't hurt them. All right. We have 4 questions from the game players themselves. I'm going to start with the one addressed to you from XX Holly X. Apparently, you're biased against her. She
oh
wants to
my
know if you
god.
ever.
What did she say?
She wants to know if you will ever stop being biased against her.
What did I say about them exactly? I said they got stooped right by Johnny and Noah.
I think they were the ones you were talking about.
I'm not biased towards. I mean, she thinks that I have like some problem with her when I haven't spoke to her in months. So no, I'm not biased towards her in any way whatsoever.
I mean, you got a problem with certain people.
I have a problem with. I have a problem with no one. So
Oh, interesting. Um, Next one is Alvaro, and weird stuff after with that with the Vidu Pula. Who do you think will be up tomorrow for eviction?
um, that's a bit tough.
Even from the blogs and everything, and the save me's and all
I
that.
don't think. I don't think if Puffs and Boston, I don't think they'll go up, and I don't think Electra and Magic will go up either. So I don't really know. Bro for show and Cray Cray, they might go up. I think that's a possibility.
If you're bragging about making a move, wouldn't that make you the target for next round? And if you're not, shouldn't that make you a target? If you aren't target and you're bragging about making a move, shouldn't that make you a target?
Well, it depends because sometimes when you do that, it might not be true, and the people in the game know that, so they don't really pay much attention to it.
Hint, hint to me.
It was just a general statement.
Distorted view. Uh-huh. But so you don't know? You don't think you know who's going to go up? Do you
No,
think
I
it?
don't know.
Do you think it's anyone from the friend group that Magic and Bailey claims are in it, or will it be someone not in the friend group?
I think I really don't know who's gonna go up. It's gonna be interesting to see who does.
And for the players listening, can we get a better alliance name than friend group? Because that's just
I don't.
reminding me of BB6.
I don't. I don't think that's the name of it. That's just what I was calling it because that's what it was called on the talks page.
Yeah, that's I seen that in the talks page where it said friend group. So
Oh,
Aiden said the better alliance name is Aiden and Holes. So we'll call it that for now.
Aided in what?
Aiden Holes.
Aided in hoes.
Yes.
Okay.
Who would you like to see nominated next? No, you cannot, Vladimir. You're not in the game. Um,
What did he say?
he wants to shout out. Who would you
You
put?
kind of just gave him one anyway, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care who's nominated next. I will say who I don't want to see nominated next.
Being, I'm guessing
Um,
Johnny and Noah.
yeah, Johnny Noah, Electra Magic, Peter Pidu, Alvaro Nady, and everyone else.
Oh,
They can
I
get
think
nominated as well.
everyone who didn't get 1 to 0 votes, I wouldn't want nominated. If you got 1 to 0 votes, I personally, that's who I see possibly going up, and if and that's who I want nominated. And if that makes sense, which nom set you would consider a waste next round? Like no reason to get them out for 13th or 12th. Which one? I think 13th. Yeah. Which nom set would you think would be a waste? Or more so, which duo?
To put up,
Yeah, would be a waste.
if if Ota and Hobo stay, I would say them two because if they go up, I think it's a done deal that they're gone. If they stay and go up again, I think they're just gonna go.
But is that a waste? Or that's just they just really want them out the game?
It'll be viewed as a waste to the public because I don't think they have much public support left anyway.
That is true. That's done with Alvaro's questions. Purdue question. What advice do you give to people sheeping or playing scared?
Going into the game, I wanted to play kind of a reserved game when I played, but
I did.
thing with the whole Avalon thing with putting me in that trio that was just a duo. Um,
Yeah, that
I
messed
thought
the game up.
no, it
I
just
was,
made me play harder. So I mean, they just have to. I mean, you don't know how many times you're gonna play the game, and when you do play,
but it's not
when you do,
bad to sheep. I sheep.
yes, it is. It is.
I,
It's very bad. I think it's very bad to sheep.
I don't. I sheeped Avalon. I sheeped you. I sheeped New Kid on the Block, and I got second place.
New kid was on the block was in the game for 2 days, and she didn't play that well. So I don't. You sheep Andrew. I guess you can look at it that way.
And not in the beginning. I didn't sheep Andrew in the beginning. I was more so trying to sheep him, but he wasn't really talking to me. But I don't think sheeping is bad. If you Here's the thing. This is what I learned. When you make a nom set, your name will be spread around because these people don't care. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, Peter and Purdue, they want Johnny and Noah up, and then they're gonna say, hey, did you hear that Peter and Purdue wants Johnny and Noah up? And somehow it's gonna get back to Johnny and Noah, and then Johnny and Noah is gonna say, oh, then let's nominate Peter and Purdue. And then it's a back and forth. It's either Peter and Purdue's set is gonna work, or Johnny and Noah set is gonna work, or if you're gonna play like Doctor Who, you're gonna make a split in which you're gonna nominate one person from this set or one person from that set. So it's better to sheep and not get yourself involved in that because takes you further.
So you're saying you should sheep to go further and not really do anything to help your
I'm
game.
saying, actually, though, just because you sheep doesn't mean you're not doing anything. Sheeping is that's a move. If you're deciding to let these people jeopardize their game and that gets them out,
I
moves you
mean,
one step further, and before you can actually start making what you want happen.
you didn't play that way though, so I don't know what you're. I hope you're not
I'm not
comparing this to
saying
your
that I
game.
played that way. I'm saying that's an advice to playing, and I wanted to play that way. That was but it didn't work out. But in a sense that I kind of did because I was more so out of anybody sheeping, I was sheeping Avalon and you. And when
Avalon was in the game for 2 or 3 rounds. You didn't sheep Avalon. You couldn't sheep Avalon.
in a way I was sheeping Avalon, and when Avalon went home,
You
That's
let
when
her take
I started
you let
playing.
her you let her take a lot of the heat
I
because
did.
she was
That was
doing
the plan.
she
She said,
she was doing most of it anyway though. She was doing a lot of the creating these fake trios that didn't exist.
which that was our plan. She said that I can play under. I can
That's
play.
that's how Avalon plays in all of her games though. That she just didn't do that in this game
I
to
know.
protect you.
I just recently played a 24/7 with her, and I'm done with the girl. So I get why everyone hated her, but I did sheep her for a while, and when she went home, that's when I started playing the game, and that's when I wanted you. I think I pushed for you and Kiki. The round that Avalon went home is when I stopped sheeping, and my name
That was
came into the mix.
that was Aether's move, but let's move past that.
Okay, but my advice is sheep until you don't have to sheep anymore. I don't see sheeping as bad.
If you sheep too long, it's going to become too late, and then you can't really do anything to control your game. You're letting other
Which is
people
true.
control your game.
But in a sense that you can still put your info in if you sheep, right? Like if you're gonna sheep like the breeze sheeped, then you're gonna get voted out instantly. But if you sheep like who sheeped in our game, that's not me.
I think CB
Tommy.
Hero Tommy did.
Yeah, Tommy.
Tommy did.
He
I thought Tommy was pretty bad.
didn't Tommy put his info in and who he wanted nominated?
No, I don't think he did. He actually he helped he him and Aether they supposedly wanted you and Lucas up, and then Aether wanted me up for some reason because he felt I was hiding information from him, and so Tommy he just goes with who's ever
Yeah.
is up.
Sheeping can go one way or the other. People can get
That's,
tired of you for sheeping or it can help you.
in ZBB you can sheep, but you need to make some pretty good posts to please the public because
Me.
much
Um I said me. Um Last question is from Electra. I don't think we can do it, but she wants to rank the remaining players based on gameplay.
uh we can try. No, that's
Immediately,
pull up the
number
memory
one,
wall.
playing the
Number
best.
one, I would say it's a tie right now. I would put Johnny Scott and Noah and Electra and Magic at one.
And
Puff
where
somebody at
are we?
two.
How many people are left in the game right now?
13.
Who's 13th? Playing the worst game.
Ty and Hobo. To be honest with you, I'll put them last.
And we're not gonna just do 1 through 13, but what's half of 1 and 13?
6 or 7.
Who's in the middle? Who's playing the middle game? I have to say Kezzy or
From
Charlie,
the
Holly or Vixen.
yeah, from the public's perspective, I'd say Kezzy and Charlie.
And last question from her is, if you could create a super duo to come back into the game based on the people evicted so far, who would the two be?
Cupcake and Sir Dragon. I mean, that's really the only. It's not much of it. It's not much options. Many
I
options
think
there.
I think what she meant though was, out of the 6 people already out, who would you put together to bring back?
Bailey and Sir Dragon, because I think Sir Dragon could have done well if he had someone who was liked by the public, and we all know Cupcake just isn't for whatever reason.
And one thing I have to talk about, I remembered on, apparently, because this was a lot of talk, on the first eviction, the blog it said, Rob Goddess and Riot, you are evicted, and it had a question mark and then an exclamation mark. Now I'm looking at it again, and Trishy changed it. It's changed, but people noticed it at first, and they're like, "Does that mean a duo is going to come back into the game?" Do you feel that's a twist?
Down the line, I think it could be down the line. That could be a twist.
That
One twist.
is going to
One
come back.
twist. Yeah, not anytime soon though. The one twist I don't see happening is them splitting up because I think that'll be
Yeah,
the game would run way too long since they
I
have
think that twist is
16.
out the door.
Huh?
I think that twist is out the door. I'm kind of mad though that there is no seasonal twist. We just went into it's like our season. We had the notes, and we were notified each eviction there will be a twist with it.
And
I think,
that was annoying. And that was annoying.
and I think which season was it with the wall that I think someone gets to pick something from the wall, and another one was if you post on a blog first, you get get a gift or something. Those were interesting twists. Well, we don't have a twist this season.
The box twist was ZBB9 and the wall twist was ZBB10.
Yeah, so 9, 10, 11, but no twist for 12? Or is Doodle
The
waiting?
twist is duo. I think duos that's kind of a twist in itself, it being duos.
That's not really a twist, though. It's just the format now. It's just the format of the season.
Any other questions?
No, there's no more questions. So that's really it. 3 duos have so far been evicted in the first 2 days of ZBB. Tomorrow we will find out who will be evicted out of the 9 nominees, and we will also. I think the next episode will be in 2 days, maybe. Whenever I don't know, whenever is fine. Because I'm back from my trip, so I'm fine for whenever. But yeah, thank you for those who did watch, and for the players who watched too that kept Skyping throughout the whole show. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the season. Are you enjoying it?
More so now, yeah.
Now,
that's something actually happened. Yeah. Something interesting actually happened. So yeah.
I promise to read all yours. I haven't casted my vote yet, so I promise to read all the saved blogs and officially update myself from the game. Did you cast your vote yet, Kenny?
I did not.
You did not, and you're leaning Ulti and Hobo?
Pretty much. That's probably what I'm going to do. Or Nikki and Lucas.
Nikki and who is it? Nikki? Lucas.
Yeah, Nikki and Lucas.
I feel talking about that, they might be the next nominees.
And Holly, I have no problem with anyone, so there's no bias towards anyone. Like, if you were up again tomorrow, I would probably evict you for going out back to back, but I have no problem with anyone.
Is it really your fault for going up back to back?
It kind of is your fault.
You can't stop it if you're in a nom set.
No,
your name's going to be there.
It's simple. Just don't become have enough connections to where that just doesn't happen. You can always change it.
True. Well, I feel that's the end of this episode. We will see what happens next time with Aiden and his Hoes alliance. And hopefully, I personally don't want Ultimate and Hobo to go, so let's hope that doesn't happen. But that's it for tonight's episode. And we will be back soon. Good night.